Gotta go fast. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we got something special on our hands today. Racing games have always been cool and fun to me, but this kart racer in particular, made by Sega, has surpassed expectations and especially my own. I did speak on the open beta, but now I can talk about the whole game because I purchased the deluxe edition. They got me. My name is Detective Hemmings, codename Paperwork. Welcome to this case, the best kart racer in years. Sonic Racing CrossWorlds is hitting like crack. I cannot put this game down, and the last time a racing game moved me this much was back in like 2007, 2008. I'm talking about the OG Sonic Riders and Mario Kart Wii. Mario Kart Wii is actually my personal favorite Mario Kart. I am not saying it's the best one, just the one that I like the most. And my brother and I and my friends and I during the Wii, Xbox 360 and PS3 era honestly played this game a ton, and I have really fond memories of it. First time getting the motorcycles, popping the wheelies, being able to do tricks. It was awesome. But Sonic Riders, the original one for GameCube, dude, when I tell you this game is deceptively deep with so many intricate systems coming together to create such a fun and different type of racing game, understanding the difference between speed, power, and flight, and then learning how to actually use the slipstreams properly, how to manage your air and rings to boost, all of the things you had to do in that game. When it fully comes together, because the game does not teach you how to play it for real, it's so much fun. And that was the last time I was really addicted to a racing game. Now granted, I play tons of racing games, whether it's more realistic ones. There was that like Mod Racer, whatever that came out. I like Disney Speedway. Diddy Kong Racing from back in the day was absolutely my jam. I absolutely think that Crash Team Racing was great. Nitro Fueled was super dope. I didn't own them, but the whole point that I'm trying to illustrate here is I play them, and I've played a lot, but I'm not into them, and even when a good one comes out, it doesn't dominate my time. This game is different. I can't put it down, or I have a hard time putting it down. Now, we're going to get into it. I know I've been doing a lot of preamble, but let me just get into my Sonic bag real quick, and then we'll start the video for real. I have spoken about my love for Sonic and what type of Sonic fan I am in my Spark the Electric Jester video. Please go check that out if you haven't. It's a really good video. I'm super proud of it. But I was a Sonic kid. I mean, I played Mario, I played Crash, I played other things, but Sonic was always like kind of the coolest to me. And I have engaged with Sonic games with every single generation, whether that's the classic, more Genesis style. Sonic Mania is my favorite Sonic game of all time, whether it's the adventure games with Sonic like DX and Adventure 2 Battle, which is my favorite 3D Sonic game. I love Generations. I enjoyed the hell out of Unleashed. Thought Colors was dope. Didn't really care for Forces. Didn't really move me. I'm trying to understand what it is you guys really like about Sonic Frontiers. Granted, I don't own the game. I only played it for a few hours, but it wasn't really moving me at the time. I have not got around to Shadow Generations yet. I will. I'll get there. Give me some time. And Sonic Superstars was fine. I don't really have many major issues with it, but it didn't particularly move me. But like, I like Sonic. I read the IDW comics when I can. I'm not the biggest Sonic fan. I'm not the most initiated one. I'm not the craziest fan, but I understand the series and I've been with it for many, many years. I even enjoyed the 3 movies made by, I believe, Paramount. Sorry if I'm wrong about that, but yeah, Sonic is cool. And with all of that, let's get into it for real. Like the video, subscribe, and hit that bell, baby. Now that we got all that preamble out of the way, let's start with how the game feels to play. That game feel. It's very good. It's tight, responsive, smooth, and precise. It could take some time to acclimate to, especially if you only really play Mario Kart, but it's great. You even have adjustable settings. I changed my steering sensitivity from whatever it was on default to about a 7, and it feels absolutely perfect to me. You have to understand that if you try to play this game like another kart racer, especially Mario Kart, you're going to have a lot of trouble. For extremely tight turns, you need to let go of the acceleration button while you are drifting. That will allow you to have more control, and you will pretty much make up the little bit of lost speed, kind of course correcting your angle with the boost that you get when you let go. I know this is like counterintuitive. Letting go of the acceleration button was one of the hardest things I had to learn to do when playing 200cc, because it doesn't feel like it makes sense. I need to go fast, go forward. Why would I let go? Just understand that this is not Mario Kart. This is not whatever game you're coming from. You have to engage with it on its level, and it might take some time, but once you get it, it feels fantastic. All things considered, it is a very standard racing game in terms of you don't have the crazy grinding and wall riding and the skips you can do in like a Mario Kart world. Now, all things considered, it is technically a pretty standard racing game in terms of what you can do. You are racing. It's an arcade racer.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
But it does everything at a very high level. You have drifting. Now, I already just explained how to drift tight, but you can also counter drift. If you actually kind of let go of the drift, you can snake and angle your car or board in the opposite direction and not lose or use the boost. You can keep charging it on top of other gadgets that can help with the speed and or the accuracy or the power of that boost. You have tricks, you do air tricks. When you land, you get a boost. Item play in this game to me is interesting. I do think the items are a little chaotic and too many of them destroy your items, and I do think maybe they can adjust a little bit of the RNG depending on placement and distance. But what I do appreciate about it is there is a lot of defensive play. Obviously, you can use like defensive item up, the gadget, or like quick recovery to recover quickly when you get hit, or have a very strong power vehicle. If I understand correctly, the power setting or the power category lets you recover quickly, and I think if like your power is 60 and mine's 80, I'll probably run you off the road easier. That being said, I like that you have to actually time throwing back certain items that you have in order to block oncoming items. You can block the buzzsaw, you can block the green and red punching glove if you throw a spike ball or a punching glove back at it, but you have to actually hit it. You have to time it. It's not Mario Kart where you just hold it behind you, it hits your shell or your banana and you keep going. I like that. And then being able to boost ahead of warp rings to dodge things that are going to drop right on top of your head, plus the metal shield and the little tornado and the void wisp with a purple wisp. I can't remember the name of the wisp right now. There's a lot of ways to defend yourself, but my biggest problem with the game is probably item balance, but the item play is cool when the items are cool. Honestly, if I'm being for real, pretty much most items look different but kind of operate the ways that a Mario Kart item would work. Like King Baboom is the blue shell, though I like that it hits you and causes like these tornadoes that could hit other players, the same way the explosion can catch you if you're like close to second or close to first place. Now you can use slipstreams to kind of ride someone's turbulence and get a boost, and then there is kart play on land, air, or sea, which changes up how you play. In land, it's normal. In air, it's a little more vertical, up and down, kind of like inverted controls a little bit, but it works perfectly. And then turning is a little bit harder on water, but you have like charge jumps that you can do, which are very fun. I think this game is fun. The gameplay is fun, the racing is fun, and that's one of the most important things they needed to nail. The cross-world mechanic is honestly so dope, and what I really like about it is that it makes no two races feel the same. You will always essentially go on 2 laps of whatever track you pick, but the second lap warps you to a different track. There are 15 dedicated crossworlds, but as you play and unlock more things, every single level becomes a possible crossworld. And another thing about it that I think is dope is that it actually incentivizes early front running. That you, the player in first place, get to dictate what all the other racers have to race on. You see a track you don't like, maybe you choose a random track and hope that you get a level that you're really good at. Maybe you're like, oh, I really like Dinosaur Jungle, I gotta get in first so I can pick that one because I kill niggas on this track. This game encourages me to stay in first, and I really like that. I want to commend Sega and Sonic Racing CrossWorlds for not sacrificing the single player content and fun solely for the online experience or focusing on online, which we'll get to eventually. There's actually a lot to do, a lot of game modes, and a lot of unlocks you can get just playing alone, which I effing love. You can get machine parts. Actually, before I get there, the Donpa tickets are what you unlock from like doing like races and having different achievements, like hitting people with the most items, collecting the most rings, staying in place for the longest, or collecting all the red ring stars on a track. It gets you tickets, and with tickets you can purchase and buy other things, such as machine parts. You can feed tickets to characters to unlock friendship levels and get AI skins and other various things. There's gadgets to unlock. You can unlock supersonic, music, different titles. You can get stickers, horns, aura, etc. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I be cheesing getting the Donpa tickets by using supersonic, and I don't feel bad about it. I feel great about it. There's a lot to do, and now let's get into these game modes. You have Grand Prix. The Grand Prix in this game to me is very fun because of the rival system. You know, usually in Mario Kart, there's like that one or two characters that's usually on your ass for most of the Grand Prix. Well, this game really makes it a concept. So I can pick Jet, and Jet's rival is Sonic. The rival levels go from 1 to 10, and it's actually really hard. I would say 8, 9, 10. They're hard. They actually will mess with you and talk smack to you, and I love it. It has the normal speed, high speed, sonic speed, mirror sonic speed, and supersonic speed. Supersonic speed is essentially the 200cc of this game. I love it. It's great. It's so fun. I hope you can play that online, though I know the game was designed around sonic speed more than everything, so I'll understand it. And how it works is, it works as normal in terms of the CrossWorlds gimmick and mechanics. So you start off on E Stadium, 1 lap, CrossWorld, and then for the 3rd lap, you come back to E Stadium with some differences. Then you go to the next level, and the 3rd one. For the 4th and final Grand Prix, what you do is you race through the 3 levels of said Grand Prix. So there's no CrossWorld. You do 1 lap of each main stage that was designed for that Grand Prix. And then you get 18 points instead of 15 if you come first. So there's a bonus and an incentive to really win that last one, which I think is fantastic. Race Park is also somewhere else where you have AI rivals, where there's more team play, Team Sonic racing style, and there's a lot of cool things you can do, like team who gets the most dash panels, team who collects the most rings, team who hits the people with the most items. There's extreme match where only like the best, most broken items are available. There's quick match where you can just get into a quick race. You can customize your own match, and there's probably some I'm forgetting, but Race Park is very fun. I like the team aspect of it, and from my understanding, the festivals use these game types and modes to unlock things. But unfortunately, like I said, I've missed most of them, but I'm gonna get to play the Minecraft one. So what I'm thinking, what I'll do is add a pinned comment to let you know how I feel about the festival concept in Sonic Racing CrossWorld. I'm a time trial guy. In any racing game or game that I really like, I try to get the best time possible, and pushing myself to find the best course and racing kind of perfectly helps me acclimate myself with the track and course layout and the best possible path to the finish line. In this game, you're really incentivized to do it because with every 3 A ranks that you get, you unlock music. There's a music setting and jukebox where you can actually kind of make whatever song you want to play on any lap, which is very fun. So you have a reason on supersonic speed and sonic speed to go and get at least A rank for everything. There is an S rank. I don't know if there's any rewards for S ranks, but I've only been able to get about 6 to 9 S ranks in any of the time trials anyway, so I'm not doing the hottest, but I'm gonna keep trying to shave some time off. And I like that you don't just have 3 boost items. There's boost items on the track, and you have to weigh whether or not it makes sense to go and get it, because there's like a grass or a shortcut you can boost through, or just leave it. And the game kind of like has a world ranking. I think the time trial is really fun, and there's actually a reason to play it. So I wanted to explain each and all of those. Now let's get into the online experience. I am D rank, played about 10 races. Like I said earlier, missed every single festival, but I've had a great time online so far. You guys are insane and chaotic and just love to throw items, because I've realized that I'm a very defensive racer. I don't really like to launch items. I like to use them to defend myself, because I'm very confident in passing most people with just my driving ability. That all being said, there are some issues here. I don't like that when festivals are happening, World Match is not available, and I've heard that you can't do private lobbies either. To me, this is probably an indication of the like overall net stability or net code, I'm not sure what the right term is not as strong as it needs to be and needs some work. There's also a desync issue where a lot of times where I thought I came second, I actually came first, or came first and I actually came like second or third when it's really close. What's actually happening on your screen may not be on someone else's screen, and I wonder if this is just like a downside of crossplay, because you can play this on like a Switch one, right? It's for all platforms, and maybe this is the downside to it. I don't know if their internet power is strong enough to handle having all of those things going on concurrently. So when it's a festival, they have to kind of consolidate all of their internet network power. Can you guys tell that I'm a dinosaur?
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
And don't play online as much as I need to. That's why the festivals are like the only thing. I hope that changes. This is very Mario Kart-esque to me, where people can't choose 3-lap races, which I don't like. So hopefully Sega can fix that in due time. But that is really all I have to say about online for the time being. I want to get into the characters. I believe the starting roster for this game is extremely powerful. All of the major mainstays here make sense to me. Though I was genuinely shocked not to see Mighty, Ray, and especially Fang. So maybe they'll come later on. And maybe like Chaos Zero, the base form of Chaos. I was shocked to not see them in like the starting roster. So we'll see what happens with that. There's probably some other characters I'm not thinking about, but I will mention some of the characters from Sonic/Sega that I do want to see, because we do know that we're getting what, Bikini Bottom and like SpongeBob stuff. I actually don't like SpongeBob, so I'm not super hyped for that. We're getting Minecraft. The kids love to mine. I have no beef with Minecraft, though I don't play it. Then we got like what, Avatar. I'm a Avatar super duper stan, so I'm hyped for that. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have always been cool to me, though I'm not like a TMNT mega fan. And I believe we're getting Proto Man and Mega Man, and amongst other things, Joker and the guy from that Yakuza game, I think, Like a Dragon. I don't know the character that well, I'm being very honest. And yeah, I think the roster is strong, but I want to talk about my favorite. So Shadow's my favorite character. Oddly enough, I don't main Shadow. I main Blaze. Can you tell I like Sonic Rush a lot? Because I do. Banning Blaze is my main in this game, and I tend to use extreme gears mostly. If I'm not using an extreme gear, I'm probably using a handling or speed type vehicle. I'm not saying power vehicles or acceleration vehicles are bad. Please let me know if you prefer this machine combination or that machine category, but I don't like them. They don't move me. I don't really understand how to like race with them yet. Maybe I need to experiment more, but I have mostly used Blaze followed by Shadow, and oddly enough, Hatsune Miku. She's kind of fun, and I like that she like makes her own little jingles with the established songs in the game with the la 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 la. I said, hold on, she bopping. I like this. This is clean. So those are like my 3 favorite characters. Now, I spoke about the upcoming characters from the DLC, free and paid. Who I would like to see, I want Jet Set Radio representation. So I'd like to see Gum, Beat, Rhyme, Combo, whoever it is they decide to add. I'm sure it'll be the main 2 female and male protagonists. I would like to see Surge the Tenric from the IDW comics. I know a lot of you guys want Tangle and Whisper. Not mad at that, but give me Surge. And can I get Billy Hatcher? Y'all remember Billy Hatcher? Yo, where's my man Billy? Let him in the game, cuz. I expect to see characters like Knights and some other like Sega mainstays that have been in the other games like Sega Racing All-Stars Transform. A great racing game, by the way, that I have played way back in like 2012, 2013. I can't remember what year it was. That game was dope. Gum was my main. And another thing I think this game should add is another vehicle type. Not in terms of category. In terms of like, it needs like a bike and or ATV style car or extreme gear. I think that would do a lot to diversify how the machines look. So Sega, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. Gadgets, machine parts, and customization. I love player expression. Do you want to bulldoze people? Do you want to be a drift merchant? Do you want to be a ring merchant? Do you want to be a defensive merchant? You can play the way that you like to race. And as of right now, from what I can tell, there is no dominant strategy or super meta you have to use. So this is my gadget setup here for when I'm using an extreme gear. More often than not, I just want to drift quickly, and the level 4 invincibility boost that you get has saved me so many times. I can't live without it. But if I'm racing in a machine, a car, I tend to use this setup with collision boost and defensive item up and things of that nature, and the air trade being a little faster. This really works for me when I'm in a car, so I really like this. I want you guys to share your gadget combination with me and let me see what you guys have been doing. Now you can mix and match the different wheels, back and front of extreme gears, stickers, colors, paint, decal. You can really create, customize, and color the type of car or extreme gear that you really want, which is fantastic. I will never not be a fan of player expression and creativity, and I love some of the abominations and crazy vehicles that you niggas have made out there. I've been watching on Twitter, I've been seeing, and I've been looking on the YouTubes. Y'all cooking. I like it. Keep it up. Keep it up. I don't think anything is too busted as of yet. And from my understanding, I think her name is Callie or something. The best player uses Amy in a handling vehicle. So maybe I need to use handling just a little bit more often than I am. But yeah, let's talk about the tracks, the maps, levels, some of my favorites. Wonder Museum, I just have to mention immediately because I cannot go a day without humming. I need, not a single day since I played that level have I not been humming that song. It's stuck in my head. Great track. My favorite track is Radical Highway. I'm basic, I know. I'm a Shadow fan. I love Radical Highway.
Why do you keep taking me back to Radical Highway?
I just think Radical Highway is so cool.
What?
I mean, you grind down the suspension cables like whoosh, and then the fighter jets come in and drop bombs like and you dodge them, and then you go in that building with the springs. That's like bong, 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 bong. My God, it's so cool.
What are you, 12?
I love White Space. I really like E Stadium, all things considered. I'm not sure why. The Coral Reef, Coral Coast, I might get the name wrong. That level is absolutely fantastic. I like Eggman Expo. And there's only 2 levels in this game that I don't like. Where, more often than not, whatever CrossWorld is picked, or whatever map gets chosen, or whatever I have to race on, I'm never upset. I'm like, all right, cool, let's get it. I like this level. Mystic Jungle, that little narrow part with the waterway, I just don't like it. It doesn't move me, and that's like not an exciting level to me. And I am basic and not really liking Blizzard Valley because of the blizzard mechanic and that like one turn, but they're not bad tracks or maps by any stretch of the imagination. They're just my least favorite comparatively, but I will groan when I see them. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but I just want to say that the track consistency, the design, the intricacy of them, and how they're laid out more vertically, downwards, left to right, branching pathways. I really like that a lot of levels incentivize, do I want more rings or a tighter turn? Do I go off the beaten path a little bit longer because I need an item to catch up right now or whatnot? Like, it makes you have to make decisions the same way time trial does, and I think that's super fly. The music in this game is really good. Sonic music has generally been never really a miss for me more often than not, because I really like Crush 40. I don't think I really saw or heard too many Crush 40 songs in this game. I haven't unlocked every single music track yet, so bear with me, but I like the music in this game. I think it's really good. It's very fitting, and I like the vocal tracks. I think people call it butt rock. I like butt rock, so it all works for me. And I think the game's presentation is great. It's sleek, it's easy. The user interface, aka the UI, makes a lot of sense. The only part I think is a little messy is probably the gadgets. That, I saw the early UI for it. That looked a little neater to me, but it's not crazy. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just could be a little neater, and you've done it a little bit neater. And I've basically said everything I want to say, but because I'm a messy bitch and an asshole, I'm about to compare it to Mario Kart World. Yes, sir! Game feel, I believe, is even. I think Mario Kart World has a consistency, and that brand and IP has established a perfect type of way to race that I really like. The only personal issue I have is I like to inside drift, not outside drift, and now you can't do that at all, and I don't like that. But to me, it's about even. When it comes to fun, to me, it's Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. That wins. Roster again, Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. I'm sorry, racing as a Goomba or whatever, Parabitty Buddy is not moving me. That shit is ass. Tracks, I gotta go Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, but I think the best levels in Mario Kart World are better than the best levels in Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. Music, I actually have to give to Mario Kart World by just an edge. Like, if Mario Kart World's a 9.5, Sonic Racing CrossWorld's like a 9. It's like right there. Game modes, Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. Player expression, Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. Items, I'm actually giving to Mario Kart World. I'd rather deal with the items in that game than the ones in this game. Online, I'm going to give it to Sonic Racing CrossWorlds right now, but if they don't fix that festival stuff, it's going to basically make them even, because I know Nintendo did do an update to make 3-lap courses more of a thing. And lastly, graphics. I think I read this in order on my paper where there should be 10 categories, but for graphics, Mario Kart World. So it's 6-4 Sonic Racing CrossWorlds to Mario Kart World. I think Mario Kart World's an absolutely fine game. I got no beef with it. It's just I don't like Nintendo and what they do and how they handle certain things, so I'm praying for their downfall, or at least some comeuppance for how greedy and stupid they've been for many years. That all being said, Sonic Racing CrossWorlds is a fantastic game that I highly recommend you guys get. I really want you guys to have fun with this. Even if you're not the biggest Sonic fan, I really think it's worth trying. Maybe play the demo, see how you feel about the demo. The 4 characters you can pick, you cannot use the extreme gear in the demo, and race through the first Grand Prix and see how you feel with the rival system, with the unlocks, the things you can do offline and online, the various modes thanks to Race Park, Time Trial, and the Grand Prix and how it works, and with the content map and updates we're going to be getting with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mega Man, SpongeBob, etc., etc. I think we're in for a fantastic ride with this game, and I highly recommend it. I do. I have not had this much fun with the racing game in so many years, and I'm happy to be here. But ain't no game, no racing game ever beating Snowboard Kids 2 for the Nintendo 64. Man, what a game. Now, there are still other video game essays that I'm working on, such as Cassette Beast, but moving forward for a little bit, I might want to focus in a little bit of manga and especially comic book content, so stay tuned for that. But with all that being said, Sonic Racing CrossWorlds is a phenomenal game, though still not worth that asking price. Get it on sale if you can, but definitely grab it when you have the chance. It is absolutely worth it. Consider this case solved. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. See you later, folks.